YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Westpac hit with a $1.5 million fine from APRA for being late with its paperwork. APRA is Australian Prudential Regulation Authority, and basically they're like the highest level of making sure that, I guess, finances are being regulated properly. People aren't getting overcharged for something, or people are pay to play and they're not getting nothing in return. Hidden stuff, kind of like super duper auditors that kind of look through books and kind of understand, it's not the Royal Commission, because the Royal Commission was put into place to actually dig or scratch the surface of what the banks were doing. And I think the Royal Commission was done because if the Royal Commission went any further, the media would have had a field day with this, or the media would have played it off as, it's just our time and this is how things are going and this is the way life has become what? Greedy and thievery? That's how life's become? No. They're starting to massage us into believing that's the norm too. Oh, you didn't do your research. You should have paid attention. You should have signed the dotted line. These people are there to help you and aid you with one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make in your life, a house. And if you can't take their advice or their expertise and knowledge, then who the hell do you turn to? You turn to yourself and you do your own research. So Westpac, I wish they were hit with like a $50 million or $500 million fine. You know what I'm saying? Westpac has copped a $1.5 million fine for failing to meet its legal obligations to report data on time to the banking regulatory APRA. Imagine you don't bring in your payment in time for your mortgage or your credit card. Westpac was 20 days late. That's an R1 days late sending its March accounts APRA, while two subsidiaries were even later. APRA says that the $1.5 million fine is the maximum penalty it can levy for the three breaches Westpac made an $8.1 billion profit last year off the taxpayers' butts. Not only that, the pay to play. A lot of banks have been charging people's accounts that have been dead for 20 years or 18 years. And instead of calling the next of kin and saying, "Hi, your dad left you like $3 million. Do you want to come and get it?" No, leave it in the account, charge him $1,500 a year for fines and $2,000 a year for banking fees, and then add banking fees onto it through the administration. Oh, we're going to have to apply this because he hasn't used his money in X amount of years, so we're going to apply this new tax and this new, and it's disgusting. The Australian Prudential Regulation Authority, APRA, served infringement notices on Westpac and two of its subsidiaries, George Finance Holdings and Capital Finance Australia, for breaches of Financial Sector Collection of Data Act. Westpac was up 20 days late filing March data, which was supposed to be in the regulatory's hands by May 1st. The two subsidiaries were even more tardy, missing the deadline for up to 37 days. That's an R1.5! APRA was unimpressed with Westpac's explanation and several an infringement notice this afternoon. The cumulative penalty for the three businesses is $1.5 million, which APRA said is the maximum financial penalty it can issue for the infringement notices. I would honestly charge like 3% off of this or 4% off of that. That's what I would do. That'll get them moving real quick. Westpac, like most of the major banks, has spent millions in recent times fixing compliance shortcomings. So compliance, they're not compliant. Dates don't match on pay stubs. You go into it really nitty gritty. Guy didn't qualify. Fraudulent income. Credit score was from some other person that was applied to the account. All kinds of crap. And then the underwriters are to blame with this. How the hell the underwriters approve this crap? Westpac, like most of the four major banks, has spent millions in recent times fixing compliance shortcomings identified by regulators over the course of the Banking Royal Commission. Now, here's the deal. It's like this. It's like, okay, we're going to keep breaking all these laws and screwing over the common man. We'll have billions. So if we do get fined, it's a couple of million. That's just a little scratch off the surface. We could deal with that. So they're hedging them getting caught or being found out against the fact that they could make billions in the meantime, and then they could offset the. So people are saying, good, they're getting fined. It's about time they get what they want. No, they have billions of dollars. They've made billions of dollars off of you guys. Westpac apology. APRA Deputy Chair John Lonsdale said the regulatory's reporting standards were legally binding in the same way as its prudential standards. Access to an accurate and timely data is critical for APRA to monitor effectively the safety and stability of the banking, insurance, and superannuation sectors, Mr. Lonsdale said. By issuing these infringement notices, APRA wants to send a strong message to the industry, and compliance with our reporting standards is mandatory and cannot be considered secondary to other business properties. Westpac said it appreciates the importance of APRA. Of course they do, whatever. Westpac is confident it now has in place processes that will ensure, you know what the process is? Don't screw around with people. Don't reinvent terms and renegotiate rules as you go along. How's about that? And actually do stuff by the book. Do stuff the way you were taught in school how to do things. Westpac and its entities now have until 6th of September to pay the fines imposed by the infringement notices. It should not present a problem, assuming they manage to meet the new deadline, given the fine is effectively a rounding error of last year's $8.1 billion profit, or 0.02% of its last year net profit. So that's all they're scathing off that $8.1 billion. That's why I say 3-4%. This will get things rolling a little bit quicker, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'd like to know. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share something if you got some time. Share a video, please.